Oh, the last week. What shall I do on the last week? I think this last week we need to reintroduce some of the habits, try and be a little bit more, fairer. Let's bring back breakfast in and let's hit the calories, let's hit the exercise targets, and let's see what happens. It'll be quite interesting. So, the final week of using the plan. Now, like I said, the plan isn't a diet, it's a change of lifestyle. If you've been watching these videos, you know I haven't been hungry at all. In fact, I've been having all the foods that you probably should never ever have if you ever want to lose weight, and the result of that is that the weight loss has been very, very good. However, last week we decided to stop the habits completely, not be as active, and eat what I want, and I end up putting 2 pounds on, which is fine. So this week we want to be a little bit better, bring some of the habits back, just to prove that if you actually have a bit of a drawback by using the plan, is that it's going to kick back in, or is it a case of that's it, you've blown it, and you're going to continue either the same or we even put more weight on. Who knows? I'm actually recording this at night, so we can have the appearance of the actual gin. So really nice. You only have a look a bit of gin, top it up with water. If you look at brand versus brand and you look at tonic water, I put the icon up now. Make sure you buy the right one if you want to lose weight, and there is actually a tonic water if you want to gain weight. Crazy stuff. Have a look at brand versus brand, drink some tonic water. However, let's get on with this week. It's the final week. Treat day, I intended to have one, and there's still no liver tonic, there's still no stomach tonic, so those habits I'm not taking up. I haven't taken up various other ones. It's just basically breakfast, water, exercise, calories, eating, not really substituting any food. So let's go on with it and let's see where we're up to. And as always, we need to have a look at the spreadsheet from last week. And the spreadsheet is basically saying we increased our weight by 2 pounds. It took a lot of hard work to do that, but what we have to do is get the new calorie count, so we have to put that now into the BMI spreadsheet. So if we go back to the BMI spreadsheet, we'll see it's still set to 262 from last week. So what we have to do is put in 264, put 2 pounds on. And we see by doing that is that gives us a new calorie target of 1,762 calories, which is 12 calories more than what we had last week. So you get, because you put weight on, you get to eat that little bit more, just so the body can counterbalance itself. And don't forget, this is your maximum target, so you're aiming to eat up to that amount. And just as a final recap, if you're male, then your minimum calories is 1,200. So that gives me a range of 1,200 to 1,762. However, if you're female, it gives you a range from 1,000 to 1,762 calories. So that's what we're aiming for. And with that in mind, it's time for the final time to have a look at Naughty Week 6, our final week. Now, once again, I've said it, this is the idea, is that you're a customer, you bought the book, and you're kind of doing it badly. I think if I was in this situation, I'd be in a position where I say, well, I've done the habits, I've lost weight, kind of got a little bit fed up with it, and I've not done any habits, and I put 2 pounds on. So why not? The habits are not difficult, so it's not a diet. So by just doing little changes in your life every day, why not just restart? And that's basically what we're looking at now. So what we're going to do, as always, is see what was eaten in the final week. So what did I eat this week? Well, I didn't want to skip breakfast because that's part of the habits. So I started with Weetabix with milk, and your one a day, I did strawberries. That's very filling, so no morning snack. Dinner time, it was mashed potatoes rather than chips, cauliflower sausage, and onion gravy. So look a bit of a basically mash sausage gravy, but add the cauliflower which then meant that I didn't need an afternoon snack. And then for evening meal, it was tomatoes, scrambled egg and toast, kind of like an healthy breakfast. I did have a cheese and onion crisp, and I had a vegetable cup of soup going towards the night, just to make sure that I weren't eating mega late. And that was finished by gin and tonic, which came to 1,709 calories. So Tuesday I was rushed as normal, so I started with a mushroom soup. Didn't have a morning snack, but I had chili con carne and rice for lunch, which is good, it stays away from the chips, because there's no veg. But in the afternoon I had a vegetable cup soup at the machine, which is always handy if you get a little bit hungry in the afternoon, at 52 calories. And then in the evening it was a chicken jalfrezi curry with bread, so once again ditching the rice, the carbs and the chips, and just have a curry with bread and just use the bread to fill you up a little bit. And finish off with a gin and tonic, and that came to 1,558. At this point it was normal bread, it's just a slice rather than 2 slices. I don't want to feel deprived when I'm doing this plan. Equally, you know, I don't want to stuff myself so like I've been doing on the previous weeks. So it's a great way. If I didn't do that, it'd get to 11 o'clock, I want toast, I want something to do with bread. So get it out the way, just have a piece with the curry. Going into Wednesday, breakfast was black pudding, and I had lemon mint crisps for the morning snack, which was, I just came across them, I just wanted to try them, I was just more curious than anything else. And then into dinner time, lentil soups, once again bringing the lentils in the soup, makes it healthier. And then I just simply had a meat pie with mixed vegetables. So get rid of the chips, anything like that, just use the vegetables to fill as a filler to the meat pie, just to make sure that you feel reasonable. Late afternoon it was lemon mint crisps again, and bread, which is the crisp butter, but this time instead of having 2 pieces of bread on top of each other, it's just fold it in one piece. You're cutting off 100 calories easily there. And then a beef sausage casserole, which I made before, which I had at night. And then in the evening I just had gin and tonic, Guinness and banana, so we wanted to still incorporate quite a bit of alcohol in there, just to prove us that that is kind of going to put you over the limit, but not with food, with liquid. And unfortunately that did come to 1,848 calories, but once again it's about 80 calories over, so not a disaster like we've had on previous days, but there we go, it was over. Thursday was the treat day, so I've had 2 Tuesdays, a Friday, now we're going Thursday for treat day. You have to vary it up so it tricks the body, it's not expecting you to stuff your face on different days, it's expecting a kind of a routine week in, week out. So by tricking it, it's going to make it so that it isn't going to store as much as what it would do normally. So started off with something completely different, and I had porridge. Now I know everybody says that porridge is good for cholesterol, I found it doesn't really fill you up. So in the morning I also had a snack of a vegetable cup soup. For lunchtime it was stewed steak and broccoli. I've had stewed steak with chips and things, so I've had stewed steak and just had broccoli with it. Once again substitutes vegetables rather than carbs in the spuds or chips. But it don't fill you up as much, so mid-afternoon snack was a packet of mini cheddars and another vegetable soup, cup soup. In the evening, Subway cinchin steak and cheese and lemon mint crisps. So at this point I'm kind of being a little bit more substitutional, not having chips and carbs as much, but also still putting in the naughty points of, oh, there's a Subway, I just fancy steak and cheese, oh, go on, let's go for it. Never mind, I'll be okay, it won't let me down. You know, the plan won't let me down. And then finished that evening with gin and tonic, and it was a treat day anyway, so having a Subway is not a great deal. Having the gin and tonic's not a great deal. And that came to 1,857, which was over, but on Thursday I'm allowed because it's the treat day. And looking at that, it's about 80 calories over again. So unlike previous weeks where I've gone absolutely ballistic and hit over 2,000 calories, it's only been about 80 calories. So on Friday, which is the day that I normally drag, it's when it's the weekend, and I normally go calorific, so knowing that, try and make the extra effort not to. So Friday for breakfast, banana, simple as that. No morning snack. I was a little bit hungry, but I didn't really want to have a morning snack. You know, I'd had quite a bit the day before. And then at lunchtime it was boiled egg, lettuce, cucumber and tomato. In the afternoon a packet of cheese and onion crisp. And then in the evening a BLT sandwich. So once again 2 pieces of bread this time with lettuce, tomato and some bacon on there. Now there is a video coming up in the defence of bacon. It's not as bad as what most people think. Perhaps it's worse in other respects, but as far as weight control, it's very, very good. It's very low in calories. It's very tasty. If you put it with lettuce and tomatoes, ooh, love it. Absolutely love it. Well, the bread was the downside. And then in the evening, a walnut whip, a chow mein stir fry. Now this is interesting. Instead of going for the actual pot noodles, neki noodles, that sort of thing, which was a chow mein flavour, this time let's go for a stir fry. Just make it yourself. Why not? And add a little bit of bread with that. It's healthier, so the bread kind of just, you know, balances off. And finish off with a gin and tonic, which came to 1,689 calories, which is allowed. If I'd have had a chow mein pot snack or something, I think I'd have gone over that day. And once again, using fresh vegetables is far better than having snacks, which is basically dried food that expands with water. But there'll be other videos about that if they're not already released. Saturday was fruit and fibre with milk. So once again, go for fibre, which we're not really hard. We've got kind of fruit in there. Quite filling, so no morning snack. Fibre's slow release, so it'll keep you going. And then for dinner, it was Spanish chicken tonight with onions, spinach, yellow peppers. So once again, no potatoes in there, no rice. Just put in the onions, the spinach and the yellow peppers. Build it up with the sauce, the chicken tonight sauce. Some chicken fillets in there. Really, really nice. In the afternoon, quavers. Once again, quavers, unlike the previous week, quavers is a low calorie type crisp. So you probably can have 2, possibly even 3 packets of quavers compared to some other crisps on the market. Very low calorie. And then in the evening, homemade pizza, which there'll definitely be videos on this, which was a mushroom and pepper pizza. So it just gets rid of the veg that we was using from the Spanish chicken. And then that day, finish off with gin and tonic. Now I must admit that on this day, all the veg which used was from the market rather than supermarkets, or they're healthier. It wasn't the organic, which is the best as far as nutrients are concerned. But, you know, it's a lot of veg, a lot of fresh veg in there. And because of that, that came to 1,411, which is really going towards the lower end rather than the upper end. So a bit of an advantage on that day. And then kind of wait Sunday, the final day of these videos, the final day of trying to trash the plan to gain weight and prove that this book doesn't work, which I've done kind of miserably. We had breakfast, which was a fried egg sandwich. He had no morning snack, and he had a late dinner, which was just chicken soup and bread. And the reason why I did that, because we thought, well, it's the end of this period of time. So what I'm going to do is go out and treat myself to a doner kebab with salad and finish off with a bottle of red wine. And that came, luckily, must admit, luckily, to 1,750 calories. So, not too bad this week. Not too bad at all. Exceeded one day. One day was allowed. Even both days were exceeded, was about 80 calories. I didn't feel hungry. And mostly, get the gin and tonic again. And the most important thing is, the days when I did go over, it was about 80 and 90 calories. So I more or less kept with the plan throughout the week. Exercise. Once again, the exercise is 10,000 steps a day. And that was achieved on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday having Friday, and because you're in week 6, you don't have to do it 7 days, you only need to do it 5 days a week. So Saturday and Sunday it wasn't achieved. It was quite active on Saturday, walking around town and doing shopping, but it wasn't achieved on the 10,000 steps, and Sunday wasn't either. So we had 5 days out of the 7 where the exercise was achieved. Not a bad week really, in fairness, it weren't a bad week at all. But with all these videos, it's time to jump on the scales, because the scales will never lie, and have I put weight on, have I stayed the same, or have I lost something? Oh, looking at that, I'll say loss. Again, we're using the habits, we're doing well. I'll say that's a loss, but let's find out for week 6, the final weigh-in. So as always is that we need to go back to the spreadsheet, we've just been on the scales, and we can now reveal that this week was a loss of £2, which takes us to £262 for our start of week 7 if we was going to continue. Looking at £2 line, you can see that the line is now coming down just above the target line. Continuing this and doing it properly, ditching the bread, ditching the takeaways. There's 2 takeaways last week. That would easily then start to go back to a £3-4 loss for a couple of weeks, and that will get you back under the line. But once again, it's a good result considering what I've been eating and what I've been doing and breaking the rules. More importantly, we need to go back to the smart scales. So looking at the kilograms, we have reduced to 119.3, which takes a BMI down to 43.8. The fat is reduced by 0.1. Now, interestingly enough, last week it stayed the same. By going back on here, it started to attack it again. The muscle mass was slightly down, but it can fluctuate by 0.2, so that's pretty normal. The water, once again, because we're using the habits, it started to go up, which is always a good sign. And don't forget, start of the planet's 47.2, now it's 47.7, so that's quite significant. The visual fat, which is the internal fat around the organs, I know I always say this, but it is an important fat to reduce, and that's down to 33. So as we put £2 on last week and it went to 33.5, it's reduced itself back down to 33. The bone mass is reduced to 2.3, which means that if we're actually getting a little bit lighter, metabolism has to reduce also. So I would say that is very good proof, is that we hadn't messed about really with this plan. We could have been a lot lighter than what we are, but we have lost in 6 weeks quite a significant amount of weight, considering I haven't really changed my eating habits, and in fact I probably ate more, forced more, had Prosecco, had wine, had gin and tonics, had takeaways, and still lost weight, which is completely and utterly unheard of. But by doing things like new habits rather than trying to do a diet, and these habits are really simple to do, so once you've mastered them, which takes 10 minutes once you've read the book, you're sorted for life. So if we put this into the graphs, and once again, weight, BMI, metabolism, all kind of matches each other if you look at the chart. The water took a dip last week because I stopped drinking water as much, and that's kicked back in, so that's increased, which was good. The muscles reduced slightly, but once again, you know, the body has to adjust itself, and it's going to use muscle, it's going to use bone, it's going to try and regenerate internal organs, it's going to regenerate bone, it's got to grow new skin or reduce the skin. You know, there's a lot going on, so the muscle fluctuating a little bit is nothing to be worried about. It looks worse than the graph, but it's within a 0.2 tolerance. The bone mass, once again, put weight on last week, it increases, lose a little bit more this week, decreases. The fat gradually going down. The visual fat seems to be going down quicker, as I've said before. And looking at visual fat plus fat, I would say that now you can really see a difference. Is that the visual fat is coming off, you know, it started to come out, you know, faster I would say, even from the start. So, once again, a final word to Dr. Shetta. He said it rewrote the bloodstream. Perhaps it's because it attacks the fat internally first, so all your organs and in your body can work far more efficient and far better than what you can do if you're overweight. And maybe this is this representation in a graph using smart scales rather than blood tests, because as I said at the start of this, not everybody wants to do blood tests. So that's it. That's been the 6 weeks. It's not been out. It's been quite nice. You know, I kind of recorded these videos in a fashion so that, you know, it's going to relate to everybody. It's difficult to lose weight doing it with the book. It's very, very easy. The book's available on Amazon. Buy it, give it a try, let me know what you think. Try not to comment on YouTube, as in, you know, tell me what you think through email. I find it far easier to manage email than what I do with Facebook and YouTube comments. But feel free if you put comments on there. I do get alerted now and again about comments on YouTube and Facebook, and I do spend the time to address them, probably in video format rather than replying. But the main thing is, as the nature of the book says, if you don't try it, it's never going to be successful. If you do try it and it works for you, as it's worked for me, being naughty, then spread the word and let us all get that little bit healthier as we do. So probably the last thing to do, or there's 3 things to do, I would say. One is let's have a look at the jacket, see how that's doing. I know that I've lost weight, but I don't think I've lost that much weight to get the waistcoat on. So that's an ongoing project. And what I'm going to do now is that making these videos, I've kind of made the camera a little bit more pulled because I'm back recording a lot of videos. So if I quickly move the camera back to its original position and its original format, it gives you a more realistic view of what I actually look like today. So let's have a quick look at the jacket. And I would say at this point is that the arms are pretty comfortable now. When I first put this on, it was tight. It's probably a sort of jacket I'd go out with on a night out rather than around the office. But it's nice that you can actually bend those arms and it feels far, far better than what it did 6 weeks ago. Over to the waistcoat, and once again that's, you know, well, yeah, we've got a bit more work to do on that one, but we're getting there. You know, it's a work in progress, shall we say. You know, we may do another selection of these videos doing it properly, and let's see if we can get that waistcoat finally on. And then finally back to me in the studio. So I've removed all the filters now, and it gives you a better idea of what I look like. So if you have a look at the first week, have a look now, you'll see what the difference is. Weeks 1 and 2 was actually recorded during weeks 1 and 2. These later videos have actually been recorded a few months later. So, well, this is what I look like today. It's been fun doing this naughty week. I've got to do a good one. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. If you like what you see, not only like and subscribe, use the link below, have a look at the book on Amazon, consider buying it. There is a pre-read option, so you can read the first 20 pages or so. Let me know how you get on. So once again, thank you for watching. We'll see you soon with new videos.
If you have enjoyed this video, then please provide your support by liking this video and subscribing to this YouTube channel. If you are watching on Facebook, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thank you for viewing.